What's going on, everybody? Are you good? I'm good. You good? Just checking. I'm hyped up. Raw's been pretty good as of late. What the fuck's going on? Is that another one of 2020's catches? Raw being good? What? Now look, I get it. There's no crowd. It's awkward. It's weird. But that's not their fault. We gotta get over it. But they got a lot of feuds going on that aren't bad. They really do. Like, they could have almost a decent pay-per-view just with Raw. And when was the last time you could say that? It's been a while. We went by a year and a half with trash. Just trash. No feuds going on. Unless you were holding the top titles. That was it. Now we got a lot of mid-card feuds that are interesting. Big Show versus Randy Orton. How do you guys feel? Yawn? You're yawning? Are you sleepy? Is that Big Show's fault? I feel like Big Show gets a lot of hate. He's my guy, but I feel like he gets a lot of hate. And I understand the hate. I understand it. For example, on this Raw, by far the worst thing to happen. By far. Far and away. Andrade and Angel Garza in a handicap match versus Big Show. And they lost. And I know you could try to sell me on, well, that's because they're trying to make Big Show look strong for when he faces Randy Orton. To make Big Show look strong. He's a Grand Slam champion. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of those Hall of Famers that's going to end a Hall of Fame enshrinement show. He's like, what? Make him look stronger? And he's almost 50. And he's 7 feet tall and about 400 pounds. We need to make him look stronger? What? I think he'll be fine. At least give us a non-finish. But Garza and Andrade are supposed to be facing the Street Profits for the tag titles soon. But they couldn't beat one man. I don't care about interference. I don't care about any of that. I don't care. Distractions, you lost. And it looks bad. And not only that, but earlier in the show, they got a big victory over the Viking Raiders. Why would you do that? That made them look good. It's like, okay, they might be gaining momentum. Then later in the same exact show, they lose in a handicap match. What are you doing? No. See this? This is a remote. I'm going to change the channel, you dumb shit. That's what happens. I hold the power to not watch this trash. Book better. That's a simple one. There are no more contenders. You gave him a good victory at the beginning of the show, and then you took it all away. I'll do it, Vince. I've done it before. I went almost a decade without watching your shit. It was a rough era. Beginning of the PG era. Whew. I salute those warriors out there that watched the entire PG era. Because at the beginning it was rough. What else we got here? Oh God. 24/7 Could please just get rid of that belt? Just please. If you're not going to bring back the hardcore title, then these gimmick belts just gotta go. Good God. Tozawa and his team of ninjas lose to R-Truth again. R-Truth, I think, is a 37-time. I think he's a 37-time 24/7 champion. For what? Fuck. For what? Like, seriously, why? Did R-Truth need it back? Did the ratings plummet in the couple weeks that Tozawa had it? No. We're fine. It's been plummeting regardless. No one gives a shit about the 24/7 title. And then you just give Tozawa this ninja gimmick and gave him people, a group, and he lost to R-Truth, of all people, again. Terrible. fuck that belt. And it's the ugliest belt. And it's got the worst name. There's nothing good about that belt. Nothing. Nothing at all. It's run its course. It was funny for about the first 3 months. We're done. We're done with it. Another good feud that I didn't know I'd like this much. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio. And if you want to include Dominic, that's fine. I actually want to see it. Like, that's a dream match. It is. Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio is a dream match. And they're selling it well with Seth blinding these guys. It's crazy. He's doing this Messiah Jesus gimmick fucking beautifully. I want to say this might be my favorite version of Seth. I think it might be. It's definitely better than his face run. Like, he fits this really well. And it's unique. I don't know if I've seen a wrestling WWE gimmick that was based on, like, Jesus. You know what I mean? He's like a Messiah, but he's evil. It's crazy. My only problem with this whole feud, Aleister Black being included. Give him something else to do. Because Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy are starting to pick up victories, which they should be right now to try to get his credibility back. But Aleister's having to eat these. You know what I mean? He's having to be on the wrong side of the momentum. And that's not good for him. It's not good for him. Why? And just seeing Aleister Black standing next to Humberto Carrillo looks ridiculous. No. Just wait. Wait until Seth Rollins hopefully beats Rey Mysterio. Stop making 40-year-old men beat our current stars. See this? I'll fucking do it. I say that as I'm watching Survivor Series 2018. Yeah, I'm really gonna change the channel. Anyway, yeah. Just I would much rather Seth Rollins beat Mysterio at Extreme Rules and then move on to Aleister Black. Aleister Black is like an evil guy. You know, he's got the black candles and sits up out of the damn coffin. Versus Seth Rollins, the Messiah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Take my money. If I had my wallet, I would. It's in my wallet, but you know what I mean. Imagine it's a wallet. And just take my fucking money, Vince. You can. That's a beautiful, perfect match for a SummerSlam. Aleister Black, the dark evil guy, versus Seth Rollins, the Messiah, but yet the heel faces are switched. It's perfect. Love it. But seeing Aleister Black right now just chasing Buddy Murphy around outside the ring, I don't need that. I don't need that. Austin Theory, by the way, is a perfect addition to them. But yeah, that's another good feud that we've got going. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Ruby Riott. Since the day she fucking came up to the main roster, I've not had any clue of what they're doing with Ruby Riott. Please tell me. If you guys have any idea, let me know what the fuck they've been doing with Ruby Riott. Do you have any idea? My best guess is ruining her. That's my best guess. And it's working. She loses again. This time to Peyton Royce. Why? Like, why? Just put her back on NXT if this is what we're doing. I guess they're trying to tell a story of... I guess she's probably going to turn heel from all the losing, I guess, but I don't need that. Ruby Riott's been losing since the day she got called up. She doesn't need another losing story. She does that. That is her story. You don't need to turn that into, like, force it. She's already lost. She could have already switched and turned heel because of it. When was she a winner? God damn, man. It's just fucking irritating. It's just fucking irritating. Like, back in the day, Bret Hart was a babyface, you know, of course, throughout most of the 90s. And then he turned heel because he was blaming it was one of the first times where face turns heel because he was blaming the fans that they've turned on him, even though they really haven't fully. That was brilliant. That was great. But it doesn't work if Bret was always a heel. You know what I mean? You're not changing anything. So when you're doing Ruby Riott, saying, oh, she's losing a lot now, she's on a losing streak, when was she ever winning? That's not a change. It's not a change. It's not that hard, man. Get better. Get fucking better. Another one that's actually pretty decent. Now hear me out. Apollo Crews and the Bobby Lashley stuff. Relax. Nope, don't hit don't hit the X in the corner. It's okay. It's okay. The X in the corner of your browser. Just relax. Relax. Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley's actually been an okay feud. It has. Bobby looks like a beast. Apollo looks like a good wrestler. He's been actually pretty good as the U.S. champion. I don't think he's going to have it much longer. Bobby's probably taking it from him. And then you toss an MVP with Bobby Lashley as his manager. Perfect. Obviously perfect. Ricochet partnering up with Apollo. Perfect. What's the issue here? I like it. I like it. I would like to see maybe a change for Ricochet. Maybe he could turn heel. How do you feel about that? Can Ricochet turn heel and screw Apollo at Extreme Rules and join MVP and Lashley? I wouldn't be upset. Ricochet needs a change of scenery, man. He does. He's been the smiling douchebag for far too long. Or, no, I'm sorry. The smiling, flying douchebag for far too long. And, Drew McIntyre. Dolph Ziggler. How do you feel? You know, when they first put this feud going, like, together, I didn't love the idea. I didn't. Felt like a downgrade for Drew because Dolph's been treated like garbage for the last 3-4 years. But then you think about it, and the way they're performing it, telling their little story here, it does make sense. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler should have happened a long time ago because they were a tag team. They were a weird tag team, but they were a tag team. Might as well use that. And the match is going to be good. As long as it gets time. As long as it gets time, it's going to be really good. And I'm starting to really love Drew McIntyre as a champion because they're giving him random opponents. It's not Shinsuke Nakamura 3 months in a row. They're mixing it up, and I appreciate that. I prefer that. The only time you should face the same guy multiple times on pay-per-view is if it's like a blood feud. If the stories really make sense. Not Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura 3 straight times. You buried Nakamura, and you buried Jinder Mahal as world champion. And by burying the world champion, you buried the world title belt. Buried's a good word, by the way. Strong word. But yeah, I like it. And I also like Sasha Banks versus Asuka for the it's Raw Women's title. It's confusing because Sasha and Bayley are on every fucking show. So is Charlotte. Good lord. But I like Sasha versus Asuka. I actually want Sasha to win. I think it's a better story. It is. Like, Asuka's not doing a hell of a lot with the belt anyway. And Sasha and Bayley both having both world titles and having the tag titles, that would be sweet. They would literally be able to say they own the division. That's what we want. We want someone to be strong so someone else, a babyface, can take those assholes down. That's when you can insert Asuka and Charlotte could maybe join forces as a tag team. Who knows? Who knows? I would say Becky Lynch, but she's occupied at the moment. I'd say Ronda Rousey, but she's retired? Who knows? Still on a break, I guess. Who the fuck knows? Maybe she didn't love wrestling as much as we all thought. But the point is, Raw's been good. It's been good. It's been good. And they have like half a roster. I mean, not just because SmackDown, but just they've cut everybody, and some people are still quarantined. There's no Roman Reigns. It's all fucked. But it's good. Why? Because they're actually giving me storylines and feuds. All it took was their ratings to plummet. That's all. It took Vince's XFL idea to go bankrupt, and then ratings to completely plummet. Fox and USA Network get pissed off. And here we go. Now we have good television. It's about fucking time. Don't make me use that, Vince. Don't make me use it. And this time you didn't make me use it. I actually kind of enjoyed myself. How about that? I can't wait to get live shows back with people in attendance. Because I think the mood would just be different. These shows would be like really good if there are people here to see them. Damn it. Damn it. Corona, man. Fuck. All right, let me know. What do you guys think of this Raw? I think they're actually doing some things. I do. Hey. Call me a sellout if you'd like. I think they're actually moving in the right direction because they're telling stories and having fucking feuds. And they don't always have to have a title involved. I like that. If you are still here, you are a real one.